Alright, welcome on back, faithful. It is again tutorial time, and this is our butt foam for our Halo 4 Mark 6 suit of armor, or excuse me, the butt pad, or rear guard, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be going through the EVA build on this particular piece here. But first off, what I want to say about this is, you will find it down inside the link below, inside the description about this video. However, inside of it there are some unnecessary pieces, and some pieces that are cut really awkwardly, because sometimes when you're doing the transition between a Pepicora build to an EVA foam build, even if you're doing what's called Avicora, there's a little bit of I guess, it gets lost in translation a little bit, because certain folds just can't be done which are expected to be done with the Pepicora, and it just doesn't transfer well to EVA foam, so I'm kind of modifying this a little bit to make it work better and save you guys some time in the long run. So, for the bottom portion of the butt pad here, you're going to see a piece like this inside there, okay? Do not cut this shape out. Do not cut those little horn pieces out. Take that entire shape and just extend the line, make it to one full piece. Because the way they had this designed is for a little circular piece like that to fit inside this recessed area, but it doesn't need to be. The Chiefs inside Halo 4, those little circular locks sit on top of it. So kind of how I've got it sitting right here. Okay, so make that a full piece. Also, you can see on the back here I've added some little details. This is called out inside the Pepicora file if you're looking at it through Viewer. However, if you open it up inside Builder, you're going to have to go off screen, find it, and drag it down if you want that piece there cut. Otherwise, I would just hold up a piece of cardstock and trace it on here, which is what I did. Cut my own little template for it, and I used a foamy sheet to make that thin little piece for my surface details. And actually, these little circular pieces here, those ones I did freehanded on my own. They come out like this originally, but they're more circular inside the game, so go for more of the little rounded shape. Okay, also, with the upper piece here, you see how this here is a bunch of different pieces? Like, while it still looks good, it is a bear to work with it like that, and there's a whole lot of unnecessary cuts here. So instead of doing all these individual sections together, take those and tape them together. You see how I did this here? I've got all the seams taped together. Do that. Save yourself the hassle. Make it all one big piece. Okay? Works a whole lot better that way. What you're going to end up doing then is you'll groove the top, groove the bottom, and when it comes together, it'll have this nice little crinkle to it. And it'll be that same way on both sides to give you the dip there on the side that you want in this piece. Okay. Let's see. Oh, also, the side here. Don't cut this U shape out. Just don't do it. Okay, take the entire thing, cut out the full square. Way easier to make these pieces come together. Also, for the top and the bottom piece of the upper section here, again, they're cut in multiple pieces. Tape them all together, make one shape. Cut a half curve out of both of them so that it accounts for the slope in your back, so it'll fit more easily up against you. Instead of being straight across and flush, you've got this nice curve which fits right up against your back a whole lot easier. So tape those all together, because when you have these here, they're going to sit like that. This piece will go on top. And you'll take the side piece, that little U-shaped one, put it together there. They have a channel cut out here because you're supposed to do a recess cut there. Instead of doing that, get yourself an 1/8 inch sheet of foam from Michaels. Do the surface detail like that. Save yourself the hassle. I've gone and I've added the locks here that are inside the games with just a foamy sheet. That's not called out inside the actual Pepicora file, but, excuse me, if you want to make the extra effort, get all the extra detail, go with it like I did. Alright, now, without further ado, we're going to rock this sucker out. Oh, also, before I forget, there's a couple random little pieces like this that are inside there. I'm not quite sure where they go, so I decided to add them on the sides here. Even though they're not there originally, it adds some character to it, and it makes the locks seem like they make more sense. Okay, so we're going to start on the lower section of the butt first. The middle here, you can see I've done a corner cut, like I've done in several other builds here, down the side there. I've done one side here already, and these pieces are, I've cut out all my pieces already. These pieces go together. However, this edge on this one, you're going to need to angle, do a corner cut on that edge, so it fits up against this piece here and makes that nice little bend inside there. You won't have to corner cut any of these edges here because you've already done it on this piece there, and they'll fit nice and seamlessly to make the shape. I know I've said it in previous videos, but the reason I corner cut pieces like that is so that you can make the edges come together seamless. You don't have really big, wonky sections that you're trying to muscle into place there. Corner cut helps that. The bottom here, also going to do a corner cut on this one. Flush it up against there, and then the top section here I've already done one on. I'm going to nestle that right in there. So I'm going to show you, for those of you who are new to this, how to do a corner cut and what it looks like. First off, make sure your box cutter is sharp, and if it's not, snap it off and load a new one. And don't worry too much about how the corner cut looks. You'll probably have to make 3 to 4 passes on this because they're going to be glued flush up against the piece, so it can be a little shattered if you want it. So there we go. Right. And then on this piece here, I've marked off. I do I mark on it with like a little T. Lets me know that I need to tilt in and cut on that edge. So marking helps quite a bit. Again, just going to do a little pull. And there we are. Corner cut made. Right. So we will take this little piece here. You're going to go flush with that pointed edge there. The reason I did it on this piece is because there's more surface and it's kind of a wider little chunk there. If it tapers down to a point, you're going to lose the bottom of it if you try and corner cut this here. So go with the wider piece first. And just go edge to edge, nice and flush. Loctite 5-second. Endorse me. Alright. Yeah, I do. I love Loctite 5-second super glue. It is phenomenal for this. Now, you can use contact cement if you want. You can use hot glue if you want to do all your seams, but if you're using hot glue, you're going to be sitting here going, trying to cool it down so that you can let go. A lot of holding things in place involved with hot glue. I'll put that photo on silent. Okay. So, both these sides done here. We're going to go ahead and attach them to here. So, what we're going to do first is attach the top piece here first, then the bottom corner, and it'll force that whole shape into place. Because it's going to be a slight dip inside there. And what's really nice about the butt pad is there is no heating involved with this one. You don't have to heat treat the foam at all. So, nudge that corner right in there like that. There we go. I'm going to match that bottom one there. I'm going to put it glue all around the side there. I'm going to hit that, pretty much I'm just going to feed it right on down along the line. So and I am actually making this butt pad for my fiance's suit of armor. And it is sized, the one that I'm doing right now is sized 10%, I've scaled it up 10% from the original file. That's in the description below the video here. So just remember that it is scaled up 10%. And this is the Halo 4 Mark 6 EVA foam build. Mine here, I have a 33-inch waist. This is scaled up 20%. So if you're making your own, this one fits me pretty well. And the reason I love Loctite so much is because on a porous surface like foam, it adheres really, really quickly. You have a little bit of time to play with it, but not a whole lot, and it is phenomenal with foam. Oh no, don't spill glue. There we are. You can see it already starting to take shape. Little smoother piece here, cut these out at little angles there so I can smooth off the extra glue, blend it in with the shape. Alright, now this middle. You can see I've already done the corner cuts on this side and that side, and I just did that one that I showed you. put it to the middle first, and then we'll match the corners. I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you guys all had a great 4th of July. I had an amazing time going up for my fiance's sister's wedding up in New York. We were up around the Hammond, New York area. Had us a wonderful leisurely time. But it is good to be back and making videos. I missed you guys. Alright. Also, if you have any particular questions about anything that I'm making here, or you want to see a particular build done, or you don't know how to do this or that, just let me know. I will answer those questions to the best of my ability, get a shout out on the page. And also, if you are building a suit of armor for my tutorials, I would love to see your progress. So please go to the Facebook page inside the description below, my page, the Angel Legend page, and please message me those photos. I'll post them up on my page, and I'll give you a shout out on this channel. I love to see the progress that people are working off of stuff that I designed. So please, please, please do that if you are making your own suit. Okay, so there is the majority of our bottom piece here. I have a little top piece now. I'm going to hit the corner first, this corner, and then I'm going to force the rest of the shape up inside there. It's best to do the corners, I think, because if you hit in the middle, sometimes you move it and it's off one side. By the time you get to the other end, you're like that far up on the piece, or you're that far extended. So doing the corners first, the absolute last little section, helps in avoiding that. And just curve it right on in there. And do be aware, if you're using Loctite like I am, you're going to get it on your fingers, and you're going to get it on your thumbnails. And it's just going to be a hazard of the job, but it is well worth the annoyance of picking glue off your hand the next day, because it goes so fast. Okay, and you see how it's bowing like that? Because it doesn't want to be that way, but we're going to force this shape down inside there to round out the back here. And that is what I love about EVA foam. You can manhandle it right into place. And it stretches a little bit too, so if you do come up short on some of your seams, you can stretch it little ways to fit into place. Alright, there we go. A little smoother piece here. Get that excess glue right on into that edge. Let's see how I'm doing it here. And again, that was already corner cut. There we are. Okay, with this one here, you can see I've got a bevel along this edge there. Nice little bevel there. It gives the whole piece a nice, more three-dimensional look. It just, I think it looks kind of sexy. I'm going to do this side here to show you how I do it. I do have one little recessed area here. So I'm going to cut that first, recess it down, and then I'm going to do the entire bevel cut on there. For that, I'm going to use an X-Acto knife. Try not to cut in with the X-Acto knife, because you'll end up cutting further up into the piece and you'll lose structural integrity. Get to the corner of it and push straight down, and then pull it through. There we go. For a little section like this, I just poke right on in through and kind of saw it. There we are. Little piece. Trim him up. And then I'll put it right back in. I just cut it in half. Put it back in there like that. And then I'll just let the piece kind of hold it itself. Put the glue on the back of it, right there. And smooth it on into that little groove, and that'll hold it just fine for you. There we go. Alright, now for this bevel. Make sure you get a really sharp edge on your box cutter for this. So you want to make this right the first time. Okay, you're going to probably do 2 to 3 passes, but do a 45-degree angle up from the top corner of this piece and cut through. When you lift the blade, put it right back in that same groove and make sure you're keeping with the same exact angle. If you adjust the angle at all, you're going to chatter up the edge and it's going to look like you've got steps cut into your piece, and it's not going to look sexy at all. This way you get a nice smooth finish. Let's see if I did it. Boom, look at that. Sexy as sin. Alright, so now we're going to cut this edge here. Should be dry. Get you a better angle here so you can see it. Right on through. The only time I don't worry about chattering up the edge is if I'm doing a corner cut on a piece that it's going to be merged right to another one. I don't really worry about it then because no one's going to see it because it'll be sandwiched. There we are. So there's our beveled edge all around. Now when it comes to attaching this piece to this one here, as you can see on this one here, I've got a little raised lip on there. You want that lip. It adds a lot of detail and some cool shadows inside there. So I have not corner cut any of these edges there, and when I put it in, I'm going to attach this piece here, all these edges, about midway up on this shape here, so I get that elevated little area. And for starts, I'm going to do the middle first. So I'm going to put the glue right on that seam and then slap that sucker in there. There we go. Little corner first. And then just press and hold. See those cool shadows of the light there? I love it. Alright. Now I'm going to do the upper corner pieces here, both sides, and then the rest of the shape. So I'm going to try on the edge. And again, halfway up this shape here. See how I'm doing that? It adds character. The reason I cut these at angles is because it's really easy to get in grooves like that, smooth that glue out. Okay, so I'm going to push the rest of this in there, get some glue on that edge, finish out this side. There we are. That excess glue off there. Smooth it on down. Boom. See that already? Taking on such a good look. Love it. Same thing with this side. Just rinse, lather, repeat. Boom. Right. I'm in my own light right now. Alright. I know I've been talking a lot about this, but again, this is all in prep for HammerCon coming up in Nashville. I believe it's the third weekend in August. So if you live in the Nashville area, come on out. I'm going to be doing my first ever prop and armor panel there at the con. And we're doing a bunch of giveaways and door prizes, so if you're around, come on out. I'd love to see you. And if you are making your own suit of armor and you got it finished by then, bring that sucker out. I want to see it up close. Okay, so the majority is done. Now let's add our detail pieces. So, real simple on this detail piece here. Just shoot for the middle. When you get it where you want it, grab yourself your pen and trace right where you're going to put it. And this is just so you know where you're doing the glue. There you go. Doing a surface detail. Do the outline first. And then just kind of, bless you.
There you go.
And then just some lines through, like that. Aim right for the middle. Oh yeah. You get a little bit of wiggle room, only for a couple seconds, and then it is sealed. Alright. These little pieces, put them on down. I'm going to do it like that. Mark the half curve there. Half curve here. And I know I make this look really easy, guys. I know. This comes with a lot of trial and error, a lot of practice at this, so don't get discouraged if you're not doing it at the pace that I'm doing it, first off, because it's taken me several years to get this good at it. And a lot of the corner cuts that I'm showing you, and a lot of the recess areas, and a lot of the beveled edges, and the bends and such that I'm showing you, they're not called out inside the Peppercore files. They're not going to tell you how to do that. It's stuff that I've experimented with and come up with on my own. So you're going to have to get creative. I figure if you're making a suit of armor, you're going to have that creative juice in you to want to try and push the bounds on it. So have fun, make some mistakes. If you do make a mistake, make it work. Some of the best armor little faux pas that I've had that have turned out to be awesome were just a mistake, but I made it work. Like these. Okay, surface detail done. You have one piece like this inside the callout. Real simple on this one. You're going to go. You go edge there, edge there, and then just push the whole piece on in up against there. And this gives the rest of it some structural integrity for when you attach it to your belt. So real quick one here, pretty easy to do. We'll do both sides first. Go edge to edge. There she is. Nice thing about Loctite is it bonds on a molecular level with what you're working on. So it holds forever. There we go. Right edge to edge there. Okay. Then put some glue along that edge here and press the whole thing on into shape. There we are. Here we go. And again, this is just adding some structural integrity to the piece, and it's finishing out that little overhang all over. Alright, bottom section of our piece is done. So ideally right now what I would do is I'd take my hot glue gun with a low heat setting on it, set it for low, and I would fill in all these seams right there to strengthen it up, because I do the super glue for the initial build, but then strengthen up the back of it with hot glue. But because of time constraints, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do it on my own. But make sure and reinforce it, because you don't want these seams to bust open if you torque them too hard. So even though I said they do hold forever, you can still tear this. It looks awful when it tears because super glue does not tear forgivingly. So do yourself a favor, reinforce it. Alright, on to the upper section of our butt pad here. So for starts, we're going to get this middle piece here, down right there. See, I've already cut this side here, I've grooved it there, and grooved it there. You'll see the dotted lines called out on the actual Peppercore file. So for doing these groove cuts, pull the blade in about 2 clicks, so you can see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks out. Go about 1/4 of an inch wide on the gap and about 1/4 of an inch down into your standard sized EVA foam here. And do it at about a 45-degree angle. About 2 passes should do it. Turn it around, hit it from the other side. Pretty easy little cut. Now this here is for flexing your piece into shape. Okay. I do this sometimes on curved pieces as well because it gets a rounded shape held very nicely. So we got front and back done. Okay, now because this piece is going to be merged with the other piece, which I've already done an angle cut on, I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side before I bend these and glue them into place, just because it's easier. I'm also going to do my angled cut on this piece here, which it's attaching to. So we'll do that. The sharper your blade is for these angle cuts, the better. As soon as your blade gets really dull, you feel it starting to tear into the material, snap it off, or if you're down at the bottom, load a new blade in. Because it's a whole lot easier to cut yourself with a dull blade than it is a fresh, sharp blade. Because with dull blades, there's a tendency for them to stick, and then slice real fast, and you can cut yourself real quick. So, Do yourself the favor. Alright, now, little seam of glue here, little seam of glue there. Gonna fold it up, and while I'm holding it, I'm gonna smooth out the edge. There we are. Fold it right on up. Boom. Like that. So while I'm holding it, smooth out the glue. It actually helps it dry quicker. And it makes full contact around the seam. So you're not just sealing that little seam itself, you're sealing around it. You're making like a shell that goes past it. And it takes a whole lot less time to dry. So see that? Already held in place. Boom, look at that. Beautiful. Alright, do the other side now. A little bit of glue there. Fold her on up. There she goes. Smooth that seam on out there. Boom. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I love making these tutorial videos, so if you are enjoying them, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, drop a comment below, let me know what you think. Again, my name is Angel Legend, and this is my life. Love it. Same thing on the back here. The back doesn't have to be as pretty because it is the back, or the inside part of it, so don't worry too much about it. But if you want to smooth it out too, by all means do so. Okay. See it right there? That's the shape we want. Nice rounded over. You can't even tell it was cut because of that smoothed out glue. That's why I love using Loctite. Used to use hot glue all the time until I realized Loctite worked a whole lot better, and it cut my building time down to 1/4. No joke. I can build 4 times faster using Loctite than I could ever do with just hot glue. I'm serious about that. Boom. There's our shape. Matching this one here. Nice little slope down, and it looks real pretty because it's all one piece. Alright. Here's going to be our front and back, or our top and bottom pieces here. You see we got a little recess area on this one. I'm going to cut this one out here. The larger recess area is going to be the top piece. Okay, it's going to go right there. Get an X-Acto blade. Go straight down with it. That. Cut it on in. And you will figure out in time how to flip a piece like that real quick, knowing that you may be pulling back and not making the full cut through on the end, so flip it around, pull it back from the other side, works real well. Trim it just right down the middle, right in half. And please do not get discouraged, guys, if you don't build as fast as I do. Please do not get discouraged. And have fun with this. This should be a fun thing. You are letting those creative juices flow. And some of the detail that I add on here may be a little bit different than what the actual games is, but it's very, very close. And if you're making this suit, don't feel like you have to, stay within certain confines. Do what you want to do. If you want to make a creative decision, making your suit, and you think it's going to look awesome, and you love the way it looks, then you do it the way you like it. Don't let anybody tell you that you did it wrong. Like everybody keeps telling me on my my unboxing video that, oh, the Chief's actually green. Well, I hate to break it to you, but Master Chief is a very high, rank given to naval officers. So there can be more than one Master Chief. FYI there. Mine just happens to be blue, painted like cat. But it is one of the highest achievable ranks for a petty officer in the naval, or excuse me, in the Navy. If you want to use the Recon Forearms with the Halo 3 Mark 6 chest and do the Halo 4 helmet, do it. Mix and match. Have fun with it. Alright, here we go. So, that little U there is the top piece. This here is a little, has a little dip that's going to go inside of it. You can kind of see it right there on this one, how it dips in a little bit. We're going to do the edges first, the corners, vent it here, and then we're going to push the piece in so it makes that nice little gentle slope. I'm going to go that little corner first. So fit the corner in both sides. There's no corner cut on this here. Just stick it right on in there, nice and flush. And boom, there we are. There she is. Same thing on this side. Make that corner fit. Bubble of glue on top there, just smooth that out. There we go. Alright, now we can push this down, make contact. So pull it out a little ways, hit your glue on the edge of this whole thing here, and then ease it on in. Try it one little part first, then hit the other. There you go. Squish it on down. There's that little gentle slope that we wanted. Now we can glue the rest of this down. I'm going to glue on the least amount of surface area there. That way we don't put a whole bunch of glue down that piece there and have all this extra hanging over that's just getting wasted. So do that. There we are. Same on this side. And then for this one, it's just going to attach right on in there, so just kind of make it fit. Find your middle. If it helps to mark it, mark it. So there's my middle here. Give a little mark so you know where you're going to line up to. Just keep on working it down. Excuse me. And right now, currently on the ticket, I'm going to be finishing up the Mark 4, the Mark 6 from Halo 4, and then I'm going to be jumping to the Mark 6 from Halo 3, because that is my favorite suit. And after that, I may be doing a recon chest, so keep an eye out. If you guys have a particular build in mind that you're looking to do, but you don't quite know how to do that, let me know. I'd love to help you out. Right, now our side pieces. We're going to hit that corner first and then pull the whole thing down to match it up with the bottom. So it'll kind of boost this up a little bit. If we want to, we can even trim this back. It won't call this out inside the PEP file, but let's take about 1/8 of an inch off, both sides. That way we have more contact area for those little side pieces that we cut to go in here. There we go. We'll glue along this edge here. It starts. Take the one you've already corner cut and go edge to edge. Boom. There we go. Ooh, that'll be nice. Perfect. And then put some glue on the edge here. Like that. And pull it in so you make contact with the bottom. Mash the bottoms up on it. Press in. Alright. Don't worry if you have a little gap on the bottom there. If you do have a little one on the top there, real easy fix for that. Cut a corner off one of your pieces and jam it into there. Real easy fix. Little dab of glue. Smooth it over. Sucker's not going anywhere. Real easy to do. Same on the other side now. Make sure you guys have, you're saving your scraps. Like, anything this small, I don't save, but if it's going to be like that big, I save these pieces there because you never know when you're going to need a little piece of something or a shape that fits just where you need it. So again, glue on the edges. And fold it on down. To the end on both sides. And press it on in. Just like that. See, I'm getting glue on my fingers already, but it is worth it. Again, with a little gap there, find another little corner that we can trim off. We'll make one. There you go. Right on down on in. No glue on top of it. Smooth it out. Crisis averted. You need to close. There we go. Alright, there we are. Top piece is almost done. Now it's time to add some surface detail to the top. So, take your little circular cut piece that you're going to already cut. We'll mark here just where it's going real fast so we know for our glue. Again, do the outline. That. Stick it on down. Nice firm press there. There we go. Alright. Here's a little side pieces here. Put these right to the edge and these right below them like that. So I'm going to go ahead and mark off the middle here for us. So I'm just going like that. That way we know where our glue is going. Same with the bottom. Just mark it so you know where you're putting your glue. Oh no, my pen's dying. Yeah, I write on this stuff with a pen over a Sharpie. Sharpie tends to get all the ink sucked out of it real quickly. They get all gummed up and nasty and don't want to work right. Okay, there we go. Again, do our outline. Stick this one down. we go. Smooth out our glue. A little edge piece here. Right up to it. Fold it down. There we go. Right there. Now the little side piece that I was showing you earlier, we're going to stick this right on top. Like that. Give it some more character. And it kind of makes the lock make sense with almost this little like hinge piece on there. Little details like this make it, and I try and cram as much detail into all my pieces as I can. And even if it's something that only makes sense to me, hey, if I like it, it looks cool, I'm doing it. Little lock piece here, facing in. Pretty simple. I'm not going to mark this one because I know right where I want that glue to go. There we go. Just like that. One side done. Now for the other. Edge, that glue in there. There we go. Alright, top piece. Squish it down so you get that glue to bubble a little bit. Make contact with that edge. Here we are. Last little piece. There we go. Right, upper part of butt guard is done. So now we're going to attach these two. Best way to do this, set them both flat and then put glue on one edge and just push it in. Don't try and hold it and like line it up because you're going to get it off set and it's not going to sit level. So do it this. Glue on this edge and just push the two together. Glue on both edges actually. And again, ideally I would have gone back through on the upper part there and I would have added a bunch of hot glue to boost its structural integrity. But again, for time, we're doing it like this. So I'm getting this dead on in the center. Right about there. Push it in. A little piece in there and smooth some of that if I can. Oh, can't even reach in there. And then again, I would come back through with hot glue, do this seam, do all those little inner seams, all that there. But there it is, guys. There is how to make your Halo 4 Mark 6 butt guard for your suit of armor. And again, This one is scaled up 10% bigger than the original file. This one here is scaled up 20% bigger than the original file. So you can see the difference there. This is for my fiance. So that is how it's done, guys. Thank you so much for coming on back and checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, share it with all your friends. Again, I am Angel Legend. This is my page. This is my life. This is what I love to do. Come and see me at a KaiCon in August, and we will see you next time. Adios.